Okay, if we're all ready, it looks like it's 5 o'clock, I will call to order the Finance and Personnel meeting of Tuesday, July 15th. Roll call, please, Aaron.
Kevin Schmidt,
Here.
John Ortlieb,
Here.
Scott Meverden,
Here.
Midge Swedberg. Here. Wayne Schmidt,
Here.
Casey Boer,
Here.
Amy Johnson. Here. Dawn Kidd.
Thank you. Could you confirm the meeting in compliance with open meetings law?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I would be looking for an approval of or a change to the order of the agenda.
So moved.
From Amy,
Second.
from Midge. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We had some meeting minutes from June 18th. Everyone had a chance to read them.
I'll move approval of this.
Motion by Amy,
Second.
second by Casey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And then the bills. We had general bills. If everyone had a chance to look at them. I did have one question I forgot to ask Matt this morning. On the inspection, the building permits, Matt? Yep. It was really high this month. What, was there a
I'm
special
gonna
or something?
turn that over to Erin
Yep.
because she pays the bill.
Okay,
Or
It was high
gets
this
that.
month because of building permits that were taken out, one of them specifically being the Algoma School District.
oh, I figured it was a big thing and I was just curious which one it was. Thank you.
Matt, can you also explain the Highway 54 project again, when it's looking to be done and how that's filled out?
Yeah,
Just for
and,
public information.
yeah, so we do get, first of all, there's a lot more excitement going on. They're doing some testing, some borings and stuff on the highway. So that project is expected to take off in 2028, I think is what their goal date is to get started by. That could get pushed up a year, it could get pushed back a year. It really depends on how their projects fall into line financially, okay? And I'm sorry, yes, 2032. It could be 2031, it could be 33, it could be as early as 2030. As much as they've been out here and as far ahead as they are, makes me believe that it might be earlier than we're expecting it to. But they will put in, rebuild that whole road, curb, gutter, and storm sewer, that we will be billed for 25% of that bill. The water in the sanitary sewer that gets replaced under there, we'd be responsible for 100% of that work. So that is clear that it's not 100% our responsibility, it's not 100% the DOT's. Some of it is a cost share, and some of it is directly on the stormwater in the road, because if they build the road and they don't deal with the stormwater, you don't build a very good road. So they lump that all in under the DOT's state project, so.
And that is Sunset to 54. to
That
Lake
will
Street.
be Sunset where they paved 54, where they started paving to go west. They will take off there and go all the way down to the T intersection at Highway 42.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns on the bills? Or a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills as presented. Second.
Motion by Wayne, second by Scott. Roll call, please.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Meverden.
Yes.
Thank you. Any conference attendance?
There's none at this time, Mayor.
Thank you. Is there anybody here for public comment tonight? Anybody in the audience for public comment? And one last time, seeing none, we'll move on. Full business, the administration police library building. Comment?
I don't have any update to give at this time yet. We are still waiting to get this put together and get them back out here into the library, but I have nothing to give at this time.
And then our next thing would be a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85, section 1, subsection E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting others specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. And this would be specifically the public safety building.
Make a motion to go into closed session.
Second. Motion by Scott, second by John. Roll call, please.
Meverden,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Boer,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Ortlieb.
Yes.
Give me some time,
Yep.
please.
You're gonna do the bit, okay, because I wrote it down.
I think now it's time.
All right, the audio is back on.
Okay, and for everybody here, we are back in open session.
All right, so we're back in open session and action as a result of the closed session.
I would like,
All right, the audio is back. Okay,
Now,
we're back.
I'm gonna call an IT department. I'll make the motion to authorize the administrator to continue negotiations with the Lincoln, Pierce, and Hennepin townships as discussed in closed session.
I'll second.
Motion by Scott, second by Amy.
Mhm.
You wanna do a roll call on that?
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Moore,
yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Haverden,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you. And we'll move on to new business. New business A, acceptance and approval of capital project bid for Algoma Fire Rescue Station at 1515 Sunset Avenue. Do you want to kick it off, Matt, or you just want to go into some discussion? Do you want to give just a synopsis of where we're
Sure.
at?
So in clarity for everybody, the council, everybody has in the email that I sent out last week, some financing that Jamie had put together. We tried to answer every question that we possibly could, that anybody had, putting stuff out there. I know the mayor had some follow-up questions that he reached out to Jim Theis. I think you have some of your answers that you wanted, or all of your answers that you wanted. A couple of council members have reached out to me with some questions. I think they had that answer. But with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to the council, and whoever has questions, I'd be happy to answer them at this time.
Is there any discussion or?
I just have a question. On the alternatives, the AirVac 911 exhaust, is that the ceiling or is that hooking up to the truck?
Ceiling.
That's an additional 73,000, correct?
Well,
I'm just looking at
right,
this sheet you're talking.
what Bayline got contacted by was there's a different company out there that can provide the same, basically the same unit without being the AirVac 911. It takes care, it does all the same thing, it moves the same amount of air and everything, but it's $73,000 cheaper. So they meet the spec, but if they are supposed to go with the AirVac product, that's where the $73,425 comes in.
So that's an add-on.
No,
It's
it's,
a-
it's already in the bid, it's part of the
Okay.
bid package,
So,
this other customer. But I'm thinking that when they, spec'd it out, they listed the AirVac system, and Bayline was contacted by this alternate, supplier. They can do everything with their product that the AirVac 911 is, but it's $73,000 cheaper.
okay, so then where they showed on the alternative, it's not correct. We're not adding another 73,000.
Correct, that's
to the bid.
only if you wanted to go with that AirVac
Yeah, okay.
911 system.
That makes sense, okay.
Yes, in clarity, there's an air handler in there that meets all the state requirements, that meets the state code, that gets us through the building, state building process, right? This would be adding, like the fire chief is saying, this would be upping it to this better system.
And this is better than what
on trucks, they all look on trucks.
Yeah. And you've seen those, Kevin, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, you got the rails and all the tubings, and then once your truck leaves the station, you've got those 6-inch hoses hanging down in the way.
Yeah.
And they've had some experience with putting in these other systems. The latest one is in Howard, I think they put it in, and they've had good success with it.
Is that similar to what you have right now in the bay?
Similar to that, yeah, except you're gonna have more units.
More units? Good, thank you. Did Eddie, I had a question I had asked you and I had asked Gus, what are we doing on the inside walls? We're putting batten, and then what are we putting on top of the batten?
Insulated on one side and then like a PVC batten, like
Liner.
liner,
Yeah, the
Is it
walls
something-
are inside liner, yeah.
yeah,
Is it something that's,
thick, yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes, it is thick.
because there was concern about that.
But for in the wash bay, that has, I call it milk house board.
Yeah.
It's
Waterproof.
waterproof, it's got like a plastic shield on it, it's a hard board. That would be lined in the whole wash bay. Walls, ceiling,
Yeah, and I don't mean to interrupt, but that'll go from floor to ceiling in there versus probably go up 8 feet in the other.
On the other walls?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Now, we'll be looking for a motion.
I would gladly
I
make,
just wanna,
go ahead.
a couple things in transparency. Does everybody have the sheet with them or online that we sent?
I got it online. I can't-
Okay. There's 4 alternates in the back. I just wanna talk to, we talked about alternate number 2 and said, no, we are not doing that, that's an ad, okay? The deduct of 37,000, that would be to go away, we're gonna stay with the base bid price, that is to put in floor heating. And that is what we're going to do. Everybody is okay with that, okay?
So that we're not gonna deduct the 37,000?
We will not deduct the 37,000, we will stay as the base bid price, okay? Alternate number 3, because these are the things that we're gonna have to relay to them so they can start putting contracts together. Alternate number 3 is an addition of $4,700. That would be to add the electrical cords. It is mine and the fire chief's recommendation that we add that in to the project, okay? And then number 4 alternate, that would be to put an expandable wall on the north side of the building if we ever wanted to add on. It is mine and the fire chief's recommendation that we would not add that on, that we don't plan on expanding to the north another garage bay. So in transparency, that's what the add and deducts are. Does that make sense to the whole council?
I'm surprised they didn't bid those reels.
It was an oversight, the plumber did, the air reels are all,
The air
the
is there?
drop-down air supplies are all added, electrical ones aren't, and that's why the ad is in here.
Yeah, well, it's necessary.
Are we gonna have air conditioning in the garage part?
No,
So just in-floor heating, just
there,
the heat
there
and
will
no
be,
air
there's air movement, there's air handlers, but not air conditioning, just in the office.
So if I have it correctly, Matt, you would be looking for a motion for the total base bid price of $3,927,762 plus alternate number 3, which is the electrician to provide and install 10 65-foot cord reels suspended from ceiling between overhead doors in apparatus bay 109 for a total of $4,700.
That is correct.
No alternate 1, no alternate 2, and no alternate 4.
That is correct.
Understanding that this is a major project that is going to hinder some of the other capital projects for the next year or two, couple years, 2-3 years.
This,
Um,
I'm sorry.
It is much needed, and I would gladly make that motion to accept and approve the capital project as it was stated so eloquently by the clerk.
So with base bid and alternate number 3.
I'll second that.
Motion by Scott, second by John, and roll call, please.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Hoare,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
motion carried.
Congratulations, chief, you got there.
Thank you.
All right, B, capital purchase on the rescue Lucas devices. Chief, do you wanna handle that?
but the capital purchase of the rescue, Lucas devices, and it was brought up at our PPP meeting where, we have an opportunity to trade in our, near end of life units and get $5,000 credit for each of them. The offer is only good through October, and we were headed into our capital expenditures to purchase new Lucas devices in 2026. So it was a recommendation coming out of PPP that we do make that purchase. We can extend the payment out. We don't have to make payment on them for a year. So that's basically what it is. So in essence, it's approximately a $40,000 purchase minus $10,000 for the trade-ins of both of the units. And it comes to, I'm gonna say, in the ballpark of $30,000.
And it was already on your plan and you're kind of
Right.
paying for it at the
Yep,
same time,
it's
correct?
just moving it up a little bit, and the money will come out of our capital plan in 2026. We're just taking advantage of the $10,000 worth of rebates.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Question?
Motion by Scott and second by Kevin, and a question by,
Because when I'm looking at this, it talks about the rechargeable, or whatever that means, and then it talks about a desktop battery charger. Is that separate, or what is, I don't understand.
I think it's a separate unit, Wayne, and not being 100% familiar with it, but yeah. You know, there's like one when you have the unit or the battery in the unit and it
Yeah.
hooks in and charge, and then you have a separate, almost like a
Separate charger.
docking station that would be separate that you can use for charging as well.
So does that come then with an extra battery or not? It just says 2, it doesn't say, so the desktop battery charger, you don't have one that you have in your desktop charging and one in your unit then? You don't have an extra battery for that
Right.
price?
I'm gonna have to get you an answer on that because I'm not sure.
Okay,
any other questions?
no, that's all I had. I'm just reading this bit and I'm just
Okay, we
questioning.
have a motion on the floor, and we will call, please.
Meverden,
Yes.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Orr,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes,
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
And C would be the urban forestry grant. Casey, do you want to?
Yeah, so we try to do this every year. Some years we get it, some years we don't. It all kind of depends on how the funding falls. But we're looking at applying for another urban forestry grant to get us into 2026. This basically gives me permission to communicate with DNR and submit for the urban forestry grant. It's a 50-50 match grant. I think last year it was ballpark 44,000, so they gave us 22,000, we covered the other 22,000.
that recommendation did come from our committee. And we met this morning, so we're recommending it.
So is that in labor then, our portion?
Yes.
Typically it's in kind.
Yes, I just wanted to mention that our half is always,
In kind.
almost always in kind.
Make a motion to approve resolution 1230-2025.
Second.
Motion by Scott and a second by Casey. I guess your resolution, roll call.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes,
Meverden,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Orr.
Yes.
Thank you. And D, the sergeant investigator job description review. Chief, do you want to pick up on that?
I brought this, up here before, and then it got pushed back down, for a, job description of what I'm looking for. And so in front of you is, basically with the job description, we're talking about what that sergeant / investigator position, would be responsible for.
This was something that we discussed last week at the PPP. As you know, it was asked to go back to get some clarification on not only the job description with the investigator additional duties, but also the start date. And as noted on here, on or before January 1. During the discussion, and I can share it during the discussion at our meeting last week, if this was to move forward, even by the time chief would have time to post, accept applications, internal, external, go through the process, the earliest anticipated date would be possibly the end of November, December. So it was our recommendation to approve it back up to the finance personnel and move forward as is and give the chief the opportunity to move forward with the position. And try to,
For January 1, because we talked about it being part of the budget, so.
for budgeting purposes, during the discussion at the PPP, it was discussed that if and when it were to come to fruition a month beforehand, the financial difference was negligible, $150 to, a couple $100. But as it's proposed, it's up for discussion.
There's a second part too that I want the chief to, there was a pay structure and that was discussed at the PPP as well. And Dave, do you want to mention?
There's brought up for also the pay structure for it, which, looking at structure, it would still have to go before the union because it would be the union and they would have to vote on it. And looking at the pay structure, I just felt that it was, that right now it's 4% above top pay. And, that if the, as like was mentioned for the sheriff's department, there's a, first year's 5, second year's 6.5, and third year's 8%. That would be pushing up compressing the pay scale between the sergeant / investigator and the chief, and not that that's a bad thing, but still, it's already said that there's 4% that's already agreed upon with the union, and that I felt that that the 4% was, I guess, plenty to move forward with it, and then in the future, if it's, then I can come back with if there's a different pay scale or something like that.
Dave, are you going to have them do some extra training, like our investigators will go and they'll become an evidence tech, which you have no evidence techs right now. You have an evidence property manager, so is that gonna be something where this person would be an evidence tech?
There will be additional training.
Like arson, we send them to, we have a bunch of different ones, Detective Academy. Is that something that's gonna be in your role for this person?
It would be, yes, and there's going to be additional trainings that they would be going through. Whether it's gonna be, again, you know, a whole plethora of different arson and, evidence tech, investigator school, DRE, you know, there's enough shared responsibility with that stuff with the county and the other agencies that, yes, there will be additional trainings, but they're not gonna be spending all of their time going to training, I guess. But there is additional trainings that they'll be going to.
Go ahead, Scott.
Does the job description itself need to be approved by the union before implementing?
I guess that I don't know. I mean, there was already one that was already approved, and a lot of that's in here as well.
I'm assuming, yeah, this is the updated one. Once
Yes,
it's
this is-
approved,
yes.
if we feel that it's adequate to move forward with the job description, the next steps would be
To share this with the union,
share it.
that this would go
Correct,
to
yes.
the
So,
union to look at to say,
yes, sir.
yes, this meets all of the criteria.
And when I talked to them, the union didn't have any issues with it.
So it's,
So,
we'd be looking for a motion to move forward with the job description to present to the union.
Just a point of clarification, this is an internal position only, we're not increasing the size of the department.
That was my question.
correct.
This would be posted internally only.
Only.
This is not to add another officer to department we have currently today.
Thank you.
We are at full staff. This would be posted internally for internal officers to apply.
Is it by seniority or is it, because that's what the contract says?
No, it's gonna be,
The contract
through a
says-
test
Our
and an
contract doesn't
interview
say that.
process.
Because it's never been, no, it's never been before by seniority.
No,
It was.
No, it wasn't.
no,
It's all Rush got at that time by seniority.
I think that's
You're
been
positive
changed.
that was changed?
Because our last sergeant was not the most senior officer.
So it's been.
I will double check that though, Kevin, or we
No,
will
you're
double
correct,
check
Matt.
that.
Well, that would come up on the review
Yeah.
of the union.
Yeah, it would be interviewed, you know, through an interview process, but not by seniority.
So they know it's not gonna be just by seniority, it's gonna be cost.
Clarification, it could be the most senior guy, but it does not have to be, or the most senior person.
Can we add a number 15, that additional coursework will be required?
I thought there was,
I didn't see it in there, because I actually wrote it down as additional coursework, especially its supervisory duties.
that's covered under one,
Well, no, that's the job function. But the requirements of the work is to attend additional trainings. That's all I'm asking, if it could be added in. Make it a
Under
15.
15 to.
Yeah, just make it a 15 right at the end.
Yep.
Or make it number 1 or something, just add it in there so that whoever is applying knows that there is additional coursework.
Well, investigator, there's classes you gotta learn to become an investigator.
Just make it up there.
And are we gonna, as a council body, approve who's picked then? Or are we just gonna be told this is the person?
I think it should be done like our officers, it will come back to this full body for adoption. But as far as the interview process, we would stay with our standard interview process. The chief, somebody from the PPP, and then it would go from the PPP, finance, and then full ratification by the full council.
that's a good point, Amy.
Yeah, I don't wanna dictate what, I just wanna let it be known.
Agreed. I'd make a motion to approve the job description as presented with the addition of additional training.
Yeah, I saw Chief writing it down, I think he's got it. So I don't trust what he's got, but yes, thank you. I will second that.
Are you clear on the motion, Aaron?
Yep, so we are approving the sergeant investigator position as presented in front of you today with a bullet point added to the end that, requirements of work, additional coursework will be required or however the chief decides to wordsmith it.
Motion by Scott, second by Amy, I believe.
Correct.
Vote, all in favor, I think.
Aye.
Opposed? The administrator's financial.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna touch base on this and then I'm gonna turn it over to Jamie. This was brought to our attention by 2 council members, asked if we could have something added to the agenda to kind of break down every month, everybody from the council gets a 12, 14-page breakdown of all of the city's finances. It's pretty elaborate. It was asked by 2 council members if we could break that down and kind of go through it at the finance meeting, all right? If this is something that we want to continue for a couple months and try, we can do that. But with that being said, I'm gonna kind of turn it over to Jamie and let her kind of walk through it.
Okay, so every month in your email, you get one of these, it's about 20 pages long, summarizes our entire budget year-to-date as of the end of the prior month. This sheet that is in front of you has revenues and expenditures on it. That is just the bottom line item of every section from this report, wrapped into one small report. If you take it home with you and compare it to the last one emailed, the numbers are going to be different because the one that you got in your email was as of June 30th, the one that is in front of you is as of last Friday. And the numbers are significantly different because I completed the budget transfers that were set up in the annual budget from general fund, marina, all of those funds to the equipment reserve and replacement fund and the capital projects fund. So you will see in the percentage of budget column that several of these are at or very close to 100% of the budget, and that is why. Other notable items for, I guess, the treasurer's department right now are we're starting prep on the annual budget. All of the departments have worksheets, and we're looking at getting those back to me probably by the end of next week. We'll do a budget workshop at Finance and Personnel probably in early or the first half of October. We did it earlier last year, and then I felt like we just kind of sat on it for 2 months, so I'm gonna push that back a little bit. Other things, if you look at your bigger report that was in your email, there's a line in there for interest earnings. We're already way over what was budgeted for this year. I did drop that number from last year's budget because we were expecting interest rates to fall faster than they did. But they haven't fallen as fast. And we continue to follow practices that were put into place by the past treasurer. I would suggest that we change that going forward. Essentially what we've been doing is all of the money that's in the bank outside of like capital projects money or equipment reserve and replacement, whether it belongs to the marina or the rescue or any of the funds outside of the general funds, you've just been giving all of the money to the general fund to support the budget, which if you want to continue to do it, you can, but I would think it would make more sense to allocate it where the money belongs. So that'll be part of the annual budget process this year. Revenue for the ambulance runs are also ahead of what was collected so far last year and ahead of what is budgeted for this time of the year. Part of that is because we dropped the budgeted amount from 2024 to 2025 because revenues came in slowly last year. Now they're coming in much more rapidly. We've kind of worked out the kinks with the new billing system that I think will kind of raise that back up a little bit next year. And then other things to be on the lookout, we did mention in recent meetings about the TID project that's coming. So we're gonna have 2 debt issuances to look at in the coming months. One for revenue debt for financing infrastructure project at the TID number 5 site. That's the development that's going in on Sunset and Fremont. And then there is a refinance of an existing wastewater fund loan that we need to take care of. It's a loan that has been financed more than once before. So my intent this time is to do this final refinance and be done with it so that we don't continue to take out a loan for 5 years with a balloon payment at the end and have to keep refinancing it 5 years down the road. So that we will do through a local bank. It's about $700,000 that's owed, and we're not gonna go to the bond market for something of that size. That is all I have.
Is there any questions?
Just quick question on the consolidation of general fund versus segmenting them out from like a GL standpoint. You're talking about the way that we did versus what we should do.
For
Is
interest,
that,
yeah.
is that strictly, okay, so that's based on interest and not necessarily the transparency? Because we've always had the transparency, it's just a matter of
Yeah, no, it's a
putting it in the more
line item.
lucrative fund.
Yep, it's a line item in the budget, in the general fund.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, and we're about $50,000 over budget right now. But if you go through this whole report
Mhm.
and you go to the Marina Fund and you go to the Rescue Fund and you go to the Wastewater Fund, you won't see any lines for interest earnings because the general fund has been stealing it.
So it's segmenting them out for clearer transparency amongst
Yeah, and giving
departments.
the money where it's due.
Can you just clarify the medical center debt service?
Yep. That is essentially what it says, debt that we have taken out in relation to the medical center. So there is a fund balance there to pay that remaining debt. So what you'll see there on the summarized report, there's been no revenue because you will not see any revenue here. If you look at the detailed report, it's gonna say in medical center use of fund balance as the revenue source. And then if you look at the expenditure side, we have almost 100% of that paid out. The expenditures are just payments on loans. One of which paid off in May, the other one is paying off in 2030, I believe.
And I believe that the way that that loan was structured and why we did that, Midge, going all the way back to the sale of the med centers, we were making more on our money than what the interest payment was at the time. So we said, why go pay it off?
That was for the parking lot loan, and the parking lot loan paid off in 2025. The loan that remains is a Wisconsin Retirement System unfunded liability payment, that is a loan that is split between the city, the utilities, and the med center. So we all make a portion of that payment, and that one goes out to 2030.
Thank you.
Well, I like the report. I mean, it's on the highlights, it's easier to read, and, you know, for those that don't wanna sift through 15 pages, it's nice
And there
job.
may not be a lot of things to discuss every month. This was just kind of a first stab to see if anybody wants us to continue doing it. We can try and highlight different things, or if money comes in one month, kind of touch on that, but there may be times where I don't have a laundry list of items to review with you, but that's just what we
You're
came
not
up with.
gonna have
this
6 bullet points every single time? Come on.
time. Maybe I'll
If you guys authorize us to spend 6 debt services every time.
No, nice job. It was good.
try.
It was good recap.
So are we gonna use this going forward?
Is this the meeting you wanted at? When we had the discussion with the council members, they wanted it under Matt's report, but Matt doesn't have a report at this meeting.
Yeah, so I think we just change it to the treasurer's report and we put it as a standing line item and we'll
Yeah.
try it for a couple months.
Financial update.
So I don't have to
financial
say it.
report,
I'm gonna turn it over to Jamie, she can just kinda hit the
She
cliff
should,
notes.
the two ladies should have their own report anyway. They're doing all the work.
I agree.
Eric's
agree.
panicking.
I was like, wait a minute, I don't do numbers. I'm not kidding. I mean, it wouldn't
Are
be
we
a
done
bad
with the
thing to
sarcasm
add,
now?
to make a standing line item that said clerk treasurer update.
Yeah, it would
I
be
mean, that way
nice.
if I have something to
Yes.
bring up about an election
Or
or, hey, something is
license
coming
or
up,
something, yeah.
it,
Sure.
Just put those
So could
line
I-
items on.
And there may be a month
Could I
where
ask you
I
to
have
make that-
something and you don't.
yeah,
I'll
could
make
I
it.
ask that
Yeah,
as a
I'll
motion?
put that in a motion that we have a separate line item for the treasurer and for the clerk.
For
Second.
finance and personnel meetings?
Yeah, finance and personnel.
So you want 2 line items then? Okay.
Seconded by Mitch?
Yeah,
sorry.
one for clerk, one for treasurer, not together.
Okay. So motion by Wayne and second by Midge. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right, agenda items for the next meeting. Get to Aaron, Jamie, or Matt. Our next meeting date, Tuesday, August 19th at 5 o'clock. I would look for a motion to adjourn.
Can I just say something before you adjourn?
Okay.
I was told this afternoon that former Fire Chief Tom Demise has passed away this morning, so I guess the arrangements are not made yet, but I just want everybody to know he's the fire chief here in Algoma. Most of you, I think, know him. He passed away at his home, so I just want to mention that, so we'll look for the arrangements, so if anybody on the council can attend, that would be nice.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Wayne, second by Kevin, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Are you, can we jump right in here, you ready? And then I would open special common council meeting for Tuesday, July 15th. Roll call, Karen, please.
Don Kidd,
Yes.
Amy Johnson,
Here.
Casey Boer.
Here.
Wayne Schmidt.
Here.
Midge Sledberg.
Here.
Scott Meverden.
Here.
John Ortlieb.
Here.
Kevin Schmidt.
Thank you. And could you confirm this meeting also in compliance with open meetings law?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. And I would look for an approval of or a change to the order of the agenda
Motion to approve.
by Casey,
Second.
by Midge, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Seeing no old business, we'll jump right into new business. Von Steel Winery Wet Whistle Wine Fest, AB-105. Is that you, Aaron?
Yes, it is. Okay, so, not new this year, but kind of new to the Department of Revenue Alcohol Beverage, Division. They have some new forms that were updated, and we saw that last year with liquor licensing. Another thing, that they have is what Von Steel is applying for now. Wet Whistle Wine Fest is coming up. The Community Improvement of Algoma Group, is kind of spearheading the wine and the, beer portion of it. In years past, Community Improvement of Algoma would have to get all of their wine, beer, all of that kind of stuff from a distributor. What this AB 105 does is allows Von Steel to directly sell to this Community Improvement of Algoma group versus them having to go through a distributor to get it. I think everybody kind of thought like, oh, Von Steel always had the wine there, it's Wet Whistle Wine Fest. No, that's not how it works. CI of A had to go get it through a distributor, and then they were able to be there and sell it. So again, this form, because of the production amounts that Von Steel has, because of the size of their winery, because they only have one location, it allows them to be able to sell directly to this group. But a thing of this form is that it has to come to your municipal body for approval before it can go any further. This is a one-time thing. If they decide to do this again next year, they have to fill out another form. We also saw this AB 105 when we approved Anapi Brewery to be in their second location. So it's not like it's a new form, but it is something that the DOR requires to come before the governing body. Does anybody have any questions or objections to it? If not, I'd be looking for a motion for approval of Von Steel Winery's request for Wet Whistle Wine Fest for the AB 105.
So moved.
Second. I'll take Amy and John. Wayne, you did a couple already.
Sure. Gotta take me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Didn't go opposed then.
Let's go down first.
Yeah. All right, B is resolution 1230-2025, the urban forestry grant application authorization. Kind of went over it already. I don't know if anybody has any more questions. Or we would be looking for a motion to approve Casey to enter into it.
I'll move approval.
By Amy.
Second.
Second by Mitch. All in favor?
Aye.
You wanna do a roll call on resolution?
Yeah, it should be a roll call.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
John Kidd,
Yes.
John Ortlieb,
Yes.
Casey Boer,
Yes.
Amy Johnson,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Midge Swedberg,
Yes.
Scott Meverden,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Thank you. And C would be acceptance and approval of capital project bid for Algoma Fire Rescue Station at 1515 Sunset Avenue, with a resolution to follow at a future meeting.
So moved. Second.
By Kevin, second by John? Or Scott? Scott.
just so I make sure that I have that motion right.
Yep.
We'll be copying it from the, finance and personnel meeting, which was, so the base bid plus alternate number 3.
Point of discussion, if I could, before we vote, I just wanna
Sure.
say kudos to the administration and manager team and the chief and your team. It's been a long time coming, the ad hoc committee, the council members that are on here today, past council members over the last 4 or 5 years. Kudos to you guys. Glad we can make it happen.
We have a motion on the floor and a second, and, I think do we need to do a
Do a roll
roll
on
call?
that.
Yes.
Amy Johnson,
Yes.
John Kidd,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Scott Meverden,
Yes.
Midge Swedberg,
Yes.
Casey Boer,
Yes.
John Ortlieb.
Yes. Thank you, congratulations. And under mayor's appointments, we have an opening on redevelopment authority and planning. I do not know him personally, but I had a request to appoint Jim Miller to both of those.
The Jim Miller that's in the audience?
Yes, the Jim Miller,
Jim
that's in the
Would
audience.
you
That
stand
is
up,
the
please,
Jim
so
Miller.
everybody knows you?
Can you stand up?
I don't know if everybody knows Jim, actually.
I don't know.
That's Jim Miller,
I didn't know that.
son of Arnie, brother-in-law of
I
Aaron.
was informed who he was, that's what I know.
Okay,
You need a
good,
motion?
I
good
do need a
appointment.
motion
Well, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
for both,
For
Yes.
both, yeah.
okay? Scott made a motion to appoint him to both, and Wayne seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Jim is now part of the city. Agenda items for next meeting?
He's always actually been part of this.
Yeah. Agenda items for next meeting through Aaron, Jamie, or Matt. Next meeting date, Monday, August 4th, at 5 p.m. And a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second by Wayne, second by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You're done.